All right, Hans Themistode, FightHype.com. Here with one of my most favorite people in the world, Regis Prograis. How you feeling, brother?
All good, baby. All good. Can't complain. Life is great all the time.
All right, man. Just want to ask you before we jump into all the extra stuff, but what have you been doing so far since the Devin Haney fight, man?
I always travel. I'm always gone. Doing a lot of real estate stuff. Before I even start this interview, just want to let people know my book is out right now. So that's kind of what I've been working on since really like 2018, 2019. I've been working on that. It really just released right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put out all the teasers and trailers and stuff like that probably like, by the end of this week. But that's one of the main things I was working on that book for a while. So that's out right now. Obviously training, traveling, and doing real estate deals and all that stuff. So yeah,
What's the name of the book?
it's called Stories and Lessons from Regis Prograis. And I'm the only two-time world champion from my city, from New Orleans, and so we named it that.
What made you, because you said you've been working on it since 2018. So like
Mhm.
what was kind of like the motivation behind it, so to speak?
I mean, first off, I guess my editor, the dude that kind of we just was working on and stuff like he kind of wrote it and stuff like that for me. He's like a super. I'm into books, bro. I read a lot. I'm always reading. I'm always reading books, and like he had two books, and I read both of them. I was like, bro, you really have a gift. And I read hundreds of books already, and I was like, bro, you really have a gift. And he was like, man, you know what? Let's get together and let's do something. And this was in 2018. This was before I was a world champion. But he saw the build up and kept building up, and we kept working. We kept working on it, and that's kind of how we did it.
Is it available just as a hardcover? Is it also available on like ebooks? Like, how does that work?
Right now, it's only available hardcover. It's on Amazon right now, and I need to go record the audio version. But right now, it's gonna be hardcover. It's on Amazon.
Was it difficult? Because I mean, normally when fighters or like professional athletes come out with a book, they're usually retired. Like, example, Andre Ward. So, like, was it
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard for you to like come up with this book when you still have a ton of gas left in the tank and you have more chapters to write?
Right. Not really. I mean, sometimes it got it got a little hectic and stuff. Right, like really when I'm in training camp. But we've been working on it for us. Like we've been working on it. We've been working on it so long, and we spread it out over a long time. So it's like sometimes yes, but like for the most part no.
Gotcha, man. That's gonna be exciting, man. I know I gotta grab a copy, so I'm looking
Right.
forward to it. And when I
Yes.
do, if when I grab that copy, if when I'm gonna send it to you so it can be autographed, and if you don't autograph it, I'm gonna be pissed off, man. So
I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna autograph it. Everybody tells me, man, you got autograph my book. They had a lot of pre-orders and stuff like that already, and I was like, man, I got y'all. I'm gonna do that. And really like the special, all the pre-orders. What we gonna do is we gonna like send them like special merch and all that type of stuff. So just I'm telling all my pre-order people, just hold up. We coming. It's coming to y'all, and we gonna be good.
got it, man. All right, so let's jump into this boxing thing, man. Obviously, the Devin Haney fight didn't go the way you was expecting it to go. Like
Hmm.
when you was in there with Devin, like at what point were you just like, this dude ain't he a little better than what I thought, man.
He was better than what I thought, bro. I mean, I think I did. I didn't really do too many interviews before. Really, bro, like the first thing he definitely got in my head for sure. Well, not him. Really, Bill got in my head because like when you fighting on this stage, it's always little small battles and stuff like that. You got the light right here. I put this light on because yeah, it's gonna be like a lot of like small battles and stuff like that. And really, I was cool the whole time. But that Friday, the public weigh-in, that's when it like really, that's when it kind of really got to me and stuff like that. And we was talking, and then, obviously when I grabbed the mic and I was like, "Fuck the Haneys," that right there, and even my people, that was like, man, somebody called somebody else and stuff, and it was like he lost the fight right there, and that's when I felt like it too. And I mean, I fought real tight, and I just really, man, I didn't do nothing that I was doing in camp. But even all that being said. Devin is still better than what I thought he was. I was thinking like, bro, I'm gonna kill this boy. I was really thinking like, oh, I'm gonna smoke him. That's that the whole time I'm in camp, bro, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna smoke Devin. I'm just thinking that the whole time, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I know I'm gonna. Once I hit him, I'm gonna smoke him. And the thing is, maybe that would have happened, but I didn't hit him. I really couldn't hit him. He
Yeah.
was fast, and he was definitely better than what I thought. So, I take my hat off to him and stuff, and I give credit where credit's due. He was definitely, he's definitely better than I thought. But at the same time, they definitely, got in my head and stuff like that. And for me, it is what it is. I brushed it off, and I don't even look at it as a bad thing, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, I lost and stuff, but for me, it's like it really didn't matter because now I'm on my every time I lost, well, I don't only lost two times, but when I did lose, I always went back and I always worked harder and I always got better. So for me, this is the opportunity to just get better, work harder, get better, work smarter. And that's what I'm doing. I'm actually in Las Vegas right now training. So I kind of been off the mat and stuff like that right now because I'm out here in Vegas training.
It's interesting that you say like I guess quote unquote like the bright lights got a little bit to you, like
For sure.
just from the standpoint of like you've been in big fights and you that gigantic fight you was in with Josh Taylor was a really
Hmm.
big fight. So was it surprising for you to be like, okay, I was in a big fight with Josh Taylor overseas, but this one just feels way different, man.
Yeah, it just a different type of feeling. That's all. It was a different type of feeling to the fight. In saying with the Josh Taylor fight too, he got my head. It's like really, and so now being older, it's just like, man, you can't let these dudes get in your head. It is a sport. It's not fight. It is a sport. So now, I understand. I know pretty people probably gonna look at this interview like, oh, let's just get in his head. But now, I'm not gonna, I'm definitely not gonna allow that no more. But yeah, like with those two fights, they both of them got in my head. But I was cool. I was really cool the whole time. It was just that Friday with the weigh-in. I just went nuts. I went crazy, and that was it.
I mean, I know Devin was saying like before the fight that, Regis doesn't have any footwork and stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
I know I seen immediately after the fight, it might have been like the next day, you were in the gym, you posted a video of yourself working on your footwork. Is that the number one
Right.
thing that you've been trying to work on?
Not really. I mean, yeah, no. I mean, thing is, bro, I just don't use it. That's basically the problem with me. I have footwork and stuff that I don't use. I'm out here training and stuff, and they like, bro, like you got footwork, like you just have to like use it. And so for me, it's all a mental thing. Like I have the footwork, I have defense, I have a like I know I have a chin, I'm fast, I'm strong, and I have a motor. But it's for me, it's like a mental thing. It's all you have to get all that stuff and put it together, and that's where they're these guys are more experienced than me. I know I don't have the experience because I started late. I started the amateurs and all that stuff late. And for me, I always pat myself on the back because I got buku from just fighting, bro. Like I became a two-time world champion just from grit, just from fighting alone. So now I'm at the stage right now where it's like, all right, we're gonna put some different things together. We're not gonna just have grit and fight. I'm a just like polish some things up and get better. That's why I'm investing in myself, and that's why I'm in Vegas.
I mean, obviously, the most surprising part was to see you get knocked down by Devin Haney. Well, it
Hmm.
when you got, I mean, and it didn't seem like you were hurt at all. It didn't really seem
Right.
like it to me, anyways. But when he hit you, was it just like, okay, was it a thing of you didn't see it coming, or nah? I thought I could just walk through his punch, but he actually hits like way harder than what I was really anticipating.
Really, bro. Like I still have for me, I still have the same mindset that I had going into the fight. Like, I was like, man, I'm a smoke Devin. And I was like, bro, he don't got no power. And to be honest, like he don't really have too much punching power. Like when he dropped me, it was more of a footwork. It was off balance. It was off balance thing. It like I stepped in, he punched and I stepped in at the same time. So I was like, I just fell because of my feet work was all. But I definitely wasn't hurt enough like that. But his the thing is about him, he doesn't have punching power, but his body is strong. You can tell like his body is strong. You can tell he like lift weights and all that type of stuff, but he doesn't really have like too much punching power. But his
Mhm.
body is, he's physically, you could tell he's strong. And what surprised me too is like how big he was. He was way like usually like at this division at 140, usually like I'm like right in the middle. Like I'm not too short and I'm not too wide either. Like I'm like perfectly in the middle. But like Devin was taller and wider than me, so that kind of surprised me. He was I was standing ring, and then I started rehydration. He was like 166 or something like that, and I was like 157, and so he was that mean he was like way bigger than me. So that kind of would surprise me. But he put on shit. He put on a lot of weight. He put on a lot of good weight, and he was stronger than what I thought. Body wise, he was stronger than what I thought.
Was he the hardest hitting guy you ever fought, or you don't really think so?
I no, I just said he didn't really hit that hard.
Mm, fair
No,
enough.
no. Zapata actually punched hard. Josh Taylor punched hard. Relic actually punched really hard.
Mm,
Undango, he had some pop. Now Devin was just a complete boxer. That's the thing. I think that as far as like style wise, he probably is the best boxer I ever faced. But as far as punching power, no. I would definitely rate him low. But as a boxer, he was just so good boxing wise. You know, and for me, like being out here in Vegas, like the thing is, I'm glad I'm out here because all these guys fight like that. All of them are like really their feet are real fast and they have real good jabs and they have good slick head movements. So like they all fight kind of the same, out in Vegas on the West Coast and stuff like that.
I know when you took the L to Josh Taylor, I mean, if you asked 1,000 people, 1,000 people would have said Taylor won. If you asked another 1,000 people, they would have said that you won. So,
Right.
but from this standpoint, when you lost to Devin, was it a different feel? Was it more so like, all right, what do I have to do in order to get better? Because like I said, when you fought Taylor, it was just like, okay, yeah, maybe I gotta get a little bit better, but I pretty much
Hmm.
won that fight. So was it hard for you to be like, nah, I gotta like really work on a bunch of stuff?
Right. I mean, nah, I definitely got to work on things. I mean, for the most part, like I said, man, it was a mental thing. He blew me out. Like I feel like first off, mentally he blew me out. But I mean, I just feel like man, I just gotta go to the gym and just work on some things. That's all. Work on some things and because when I was in camp, bro, like I was doing super good in camp. Like I was sparring people, I was doing super good in camp. I don't know if it's true. I heard I broke one of my spar partner's jaw. Like I was doing fire in camp. So it wasn't even that. And like right now, I can talk about like usually people be hurt and all that stuff when they took a loss, and like it really didn't affect me because for me, I see how much better I can get. That's why I see my potential and how much better um just the things I can do and to get better. So nah, it wasn't even like I don't like for me, I don't even feel bad about it, bro. Like I don't know why, but I just really didn't feel bad about it. And it was like you gotta look at it, bro. It was for me, it was the Devin Haney show.
Mm,
So it was like that was supposed to happen. Like that's kind of what they were supposed to do. And it's my fault too, because like the two fights I lost, I was the champion. The two fights I lost, I was the champion, and I went in their hometowns. And that's me. That's my fault. So I can't look at nobody like going forward, I don't have to do that no more. But I was a champion. I didn't have first off, I didn't even have to fight Devin Haney. And then second off, I didn't even have to go to the Bay. I didn't have to fight him in Oakland, nothing like that, San Francisco, wherever. I didn't have to fight him out there. I could have in my contract, I could have picked either New Orleans or Houston, but they brought it to me. They said, all right, Matchroom brought it to me. They said, all right, we gonna fight, we gonna fight in the Bay. And I was just like, whatever. All right, cool. Because it was just too long. And I was just like, man, I wanted to get it over with. So but now looking forward, bro, like I shouldn't if I'm the champion, I shouldn't have to go to travel to nobody's hometown and make it they show because same thing with Josh Taylor. I was the champion. I was a champion. I was number one in the tournament. I was the number one seed, and I went out there and I fought in not only his hometown but his home country. I should never did that. That was dumb of me. And with this one, I was the champion, and I went to his hometown and did it. So it's just and like I said, it was the Devin Haney show, and that's how it was supposed to happen. That's all.
Was it? I mean, maybe you call it dumb, but maybe it'll be dumb on some fighters. But I kind of look at you and I'm just like, nah, Regis just be super duper confident. Like he just feels like he'll whoop you
I
in front of
was
your mother.
right.
So,
Mm,
so is that how you
right.
look at it? Like, now I was just like really confident I could beat these dudes no matter where I'm at.
that's I'm saying that's how I look at it. But as far as a fighter, the fighter's heart. That's how I look at it. Like, bro, I don't care where we can fight on the moon. I'm gonna whoop you. But as the business side is like, what's the purpose? Like why? If you're the champion, what's the purpose of doing that? That's how I look. Especially in my contract, I had it that I can fight in New Orleans or in Houston. So but yeah, bro. I mean, it's done. It's spilled milk now. You can't do nothing about it. I'm not tripping about it. Now, and it for me, everything actually works out the way it's supposed to work out. Because I wouldn't even be wanting to fight Ryan right now. Like I like even before the fight, and maybe this is when you put in energy into the universe and stuff. I already said I was like, bro, I'm not fighting. I'm gonna tell Eddie when I'm gonna fight again. I like because I wouldn't want to be fighting right now because, like I said, I have this stuff going on. So it happened just how it's supposed to happen.
Would would love to know, man, because I mean, obviously you share the ring with Devin, and I know that you also share the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Like, who do you
Mhm.
think is like just the better overall boxer? Both guys are obviously top notch, but who do you think is a better pure boxer?
For me, I would put as far as a better boxer, I would put Shakur over him. But Devin is bigger, and I think physically Devin is stronger. Now punching wise, I don't know. They kind of I mean because I sparred Shakur and I fought Devin. So I sparred Shakur with 16 ounces. I fought Devin with 8 ounces on and stuff like that. So, but man, I feel like bro, they kind of mirror each other. They like the same. For me, I would think they like the same fighter. One is just orthodox, and one is a little bigger. Devin is a little bigger, and Shakur is a southpaw. But I would right now I would kind of say Shakur, but it's if they fight, it'll be a pretty even fight. But I would lean for me, I would lean more towards Shakur.
Mm. And last thing on Devin, real quick, are you expecting him to take care of business against Ryan Garcia this weekend, man?
Yeah, bro, I don't know what's going on, Ryan. For sure. Ryan is weird. Right? I don't know what's going on, Ryan, bro. Yeah, I think so. It just looked like Ryan just playing around. It looked like maybe he is serious about the fight, but Ryan kind of like a Jake Paul, like he's a YouTuber, so he knows how to get attention. He knows it's like I don't know how much of it is play with Ryan, and I don't know how much of it is like maybe he's off. I don't know. But it's just like I still feel Devin because Devin, the thing about him, like he's serious about his craft. Like he's real serious about it. You could tell like he has everything in order. And that's kind of what I noticed about him too, is like you can tell just everything like he has like it's a machine behind him. He has everything running smooth. So I definitely lean more towards Devin. I feel like Devin could outbox him and potentially get the stoppage later. But
Gotcha.
Devin has to. Somebody asked me about this the other day, like his killer instinct. They was like, man, he should have. With me, he should have stepped on the gas, and um, I don't know if he could. He should do that against Ryan, especially if he get him hurt. He should, probably press on the gas. But I don't know.
Are there any fights in particular that you're like most excited to see? We got the Bivol versus Beterbiev coming up soon. We have obviously Usyk versus Fury coming up soon. Um Crawford should be making a return fairly soon. Like, is there any fights in particular where you're just like, yeah, we got Canelo versus Munguia. Like, is there any fights where you're just like, yeah, I'm fiending to see that one, man.
Um, I think the main one I want to see is like when is Tyson Fury and Usyk fighting?
I think it's May 18th.
I want to see that. Definitely want to see Crawford fight again. Um, I mean, I'm excited. Really, bro, I'm excited about this Devin and Ryan fight coming up Saturday. That's shit. That's I don't like as far as boxing wise. I don't know. I just want to see what's gonna happen, between them. I just kind of want to see what's gonna happen between them with Devin and Ryan. They got a lot of history and stuff, so I'm definitely I want to see that. But I think the one I will be most excited about. I want to see how Crawford comes back, but the biggest one is definitely with Tyson Fury and Usyk. I want to see that. I definitely that's somebody I want to see who's gonna win this fight. Like I mean, for me, it's a good fight, and I mean they haven't had a undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. So this is big. That's something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Is it kind of weird? Like, are you are you kind of going for all of the quote unquote shenanigans that Ryan's been doing? constantly quote unquote drinking. I'm gonna say quote unquote because I don't know if he's drinking, but it looks like he's drinking, and whatever. And like all the extra stuff that he's been saying and things like that. Like, are you kind of buying it, or do you think he's just doing a huge troll job on everybody?
Uh, I think he trolling. I
Mm.
think he is trolling. I think he playing around. I think he's trolling. Um, it's just like, man, sometimes you look at him and like it's like because the only I would say sometimes I would say mental health is the only reason I would say mental. Let me see. The only reason I would say mental health is because he had that before. He struggled with that before. So sometimes you would think like, all right, maybe some type of mental health problems. But at the same time, Ryan is like a YouTuber. He knows how to get people attention. That's what they do. You know, he has what millions, I don't know, 5 million subscribers or something like that on YouTube. So everything he does is to garner attention. It's not, I don't think none of that stuff is like every time I feel like every time he gets behind the camera, he knows exactly what to do. It's just like the same thing like the Jake Paul thing, the Jake Paul effect. He knows they know how to do it. They know how to get people talking because really he can do what he wants as long as people talking about him. That's a good thing. So I think he is. He might be. I think Ryan probably is trolling the whole world.
So if he is trolling the whole world and he's actually been training 100%, I know you said you're leaning towards Devin anyways, but what percentage would you give Ryan of actually picking up that win?
I mean, I feel like Ryan can catch him, and man, I think he man, from what I hear, I'm in Vegas and stuff, people talk, and what I'm hearing, bro, like the last time they fought, they said Brian beat the brakes off of Devin ass. Now it was a long time ago, but they said he bust his ass. So, I don't know, maybe he has that mental thing over him, maybe he has a mental advantage, but at the same time, I would think it's probably like a 75-25, 75 in favor of Devin and 25 in favor of Ryan
Got
just
you.
because all the stuff going on. And Devin is, like I said earlier, he's a professional. He's gonna do, he's gonna do everything. He's a professional. And he's been around this scene for a long time around Floyd and Zab and stuff. He sees how the stuff goes. And I don't know if he's buying the stuff with Ryan. I don't know. I think he might. I think it might be throwing him off too, just like it's throwing everybody off. We don't know what's going on, Ryan. We don't know if he's trolling the world or we don't know if he's serious or not. I don't know. I feel like sometimes he's trolling, but then sometimes he might be serious. But for the most part, I feel like he's trolling. Um, so that might throw a wrench. It might throw like a little curveball at Devin because he don't know either. He like, man, is this guy even taking this fight seriously, or is he, what is he doing? That's where I would look at it like that. What is the hell is this boy do? I don't know. I don't know what to make of him. I don't know.